We are joined by National Conference Member of Parliament and a senior leader, Aga Ruhullah Mehdi. Known for his articulate and independent stance on many issues, especially post Article 370, opposing BJP's policies in Jammu and Kashmir. In fact, he has criticized even his own political party, National Conference. But many see it's a fixed match between him and his party. Let's hear from him on all these issues in an exclusive interview with ETV Bharat here. Thanks for joining us. You are seen as a Muslim politician, yet you maintained silence when there was a bill, the recent Waqf bill in the parliament. Why you could not speak on that important issue inside the parliament?
That the time was consumed by the floor leader of the party, my colleague from another constituency, and since he spoke on the bill, the speaker didn't allow me to speak. They didn't give me time to speak on the bill, though I approached the speaker multiple times while the bill was being discussed. They didn't allow me. They said the only member, one member from your party would be allowed, and the other party member has spoken about it, and he has consumed the time. So I didn't remain silent. My party spoke about it. I gave the vote against the bill. I was waiting for the opportunity to speak. The speaker didn't give me that opportunity, saying that the party floor leader decided that he'll speak himself about the issue.
And do you see any motive in it that you are not allowed to speak, or your counterpart consumed all the time?
He spoke about it in length. The speaker could have allowed me to speak. He could have given me 2-3 minutes because it was an important bill, important issue. I belong to the Muslim community, and the bill was more about the Muslim community. While he gave hours together to BJP while the discussion was happening, he could have given a couple of minutes to a few more Muslim members, including me, to take part in this. But as you know, the bias in that house and the functioning of that house, speaker chose that he will not give me the time.
And are you satisfied with what your colleague said inside the parliament?
People have their own way to say, but as long as he was able to say that the people of Jammu and Kashmir were against the bill and the party is against the bill, the message was conveyed.
And what are the implications of the bill, especially now it's a law, what are its implications, especially on a Muslim majority state like Jammu and Kashmir?
It's an encroachment on the religious freedom, right to practice your religion. It is the violation of Constitution, violation of Article 25 and 26 of the Constitution. And it is further, an effort to further those, policies in which the Muslims will be disempowered, turned into second-class citizens. So it's part of a package through which the Muslims are not only intimidated but disempowered, disenfranchised. Their religious freedom is even now taken away from them. You won't see this kind of bill again coming about mandirs, the Hindu charitable trusts or religious properties, but it's particularly about Muslim faith that these kind of bills do come, and that is part of the overall agenda of BJP, in which the Muslims are turned into second-class citizens in this nation.
You are so worried about this law, yet your own political party, National Conference, along with its legislators, didn't talk about it. They could not move any resolution, as said with the opposition, that while Tamil Nadu and Karnataka opposed this bill, but the speaker didn't allow it.
This assembly should have been more vocal than Tamil Nadu and any other state. The resolution should have been tabled in the House, discussion should have been conducted on that resolution, and then the voting should have been called so that the nation would get to know what the opinion of the people of Jammu and Kashmir about this bill is. So why that resolution was not allowed and why no discussion happened on that resolution in the assembly, I am not able to understand. I am surprised.
But why? What is the reason?
As I said, I don't know. I am surprised. It should have been allowed, and it's a mistake if it was not allowed.
Did you talk to your own political party?
As I said, there's a little communication we didn't even have a party meeting for a long time. We didn't have a party meeting after the elections. So things are yet to be discussed inside the party, and there's a little communication on these issues.
You once said that Umar Abdullah will be seen as Delhi's representative if he doesn't lead the struggle on statehood or Article 370. What is your assessment 6 months down the line of this comment?
I said I'm worried he's on the risk of he would be seen representing Delhi or Delhi's representative if he distances himself from the sentiment and the mandate that the people of Jammu and Kashmir gave him in the last assembly elections, and that was a word of caution to remind all of us, including him, that we have a mandate to represent, and that mandate should reflects the sentiment. Therefore, this government and its functioning should represent that sentiment, and we should struggle for the return of the rights of Jammu and Kashmir.
But do you see that they are not doing what they should have?
Things are not going in a right direction. There's scope for correction. There's a large scope for correction. Things need to be put in perspective, and we need to do a course correction as soon as possible. The way things are going is distancing the party and the government from the sentiment and the mandate of the people.
Do you see the ground support is vanishing from the National Conference because it could not talk about the issues that people want it to do?
Of course, any organization or any government which is given a mandate and responsibility to reflect and represent that particular sentiment, if that government, that organization, that political party distances itself from that mandate and that sentiment, it will have to pay the price. And that first and foremost price is that the people will be disillusioned and dissatisfied with that government, and that is somehow this government is in danger of somehow being seen as distancing itself from the sentiment.
So you mean to say that what the National Conference used to say before the elections, the party has changed its stance?
I'm not sure about the party, but the government should represent that sentiment, and it should behave exactly in terms of the representation, exactly the way we promised in the elections.
But how do you see the big difference between the National Conference as a party and the government? Because it's both like there is no coalition party.
As I said, we have not sat yet. We didn't sit yet. After the elections, there has been no party meeting. I would want to assess and see whether every colleague is okay with what is happening. Is the government and every single colleague in the party on the same page? There are some individuals there which are in the government, but there are many individuals, those who are not part of the government. But we didn't have any communication, we didn't have any interaction, meeting till now. I would still want to, hope and pray that there must be a large shades of opinions in terms of how we have went for the last 4-5 months. So I hope there is some agreement, some disagreement in the party. After that interaction, I feel that the entire party is okay with this. So then I can come to the conclusion that yes, the party and the government is on the same page.
If that happens, that both are on the same page, you will be also taking the same stance, or you will still stand on your own?
Well, I stand by what I believe in. I stand by what I promise to people. It doesn't matter whether the entire party is on the one side or there are people which are on this side also. It doesn't matter. What matters is the commitment to the people, the trust of the people. So I'll try to deliver upon or speak about what we have promised to the people.
But Chief Minister Omar Abdullah gave a resolution to the Home Minister as well as to the Prime Minister in Delhi. And what else could he have done so far, which you feel that should have been done?
A lot of things could have been done, and there's a scope for a lot to be done. This resolution is one example that should have been admitted. As I said in the other interviews, the Chief Minister, after having attempted for a couple of times to make a good relationship with the Government of India, once he saw that the reciprocal is not as positive as he expected it to be, he could have went there. We all could have went there. The MLAs, he could have went there with MLAs, gone to the Home Minister's office or outside Prime Minister's or Home Minister's office, sat in for a few days with the demand that the people of Jammu and Kashmir expected all of us to raise, and somehow create that momentum that we are here to offer that resistance against whatever the status we have, and for the return of rights. He could have met the opposition leaders from multiple parties, with all the MLAs and with all ministers and MPs. He could have went there, met different other parties who are on the same page, asked for their support, symbolically sat somewhere either outside Parliament, either outside Prime Minister's office, gathered the support of other parties. There are multiple things which one can do. You can take examples from what is happening recently in South India. So that's how we, stand for our rights and struggle for our rights.
So you are not satisfied with the stand the party has or the government has taken so far?
There's a scope for improvement, as I said. Yes, I'm not satisfied with the way we are losing time. So I don't want us to lose time. Every single day lost is a big loss. We should have started the struggle from day one, since we took the office, since this government took the office.
CM faced opposition after he had a chance, what they call as chance meeting with the Minorities Minister Kiran Rijiju. So how do you see this meeting between the two?
Well, could have been a chance meeting. I don't know about that. I'm not privy to the build up to that meeting. Could have been a chance meeting. Photos could have been avoided. If they were not avoided, okay, it's not a problem. But the same day, the resolution was not allowed in the assembly. That's a problem. Photos or no photos is not a problem for me. It's exactly what you want to do and how you want to do it. The resolution was not allowed in the assembly. That was a mistake, and those photos added to the narrative and the speculations.
You mean to say, can you say that that the party or the high command was not interested in a resolution against the Waqf? As Farooq Abdullah also said that the case is in Supreme Court.
That's why I said earlier that I would not want to conclude that the party in its entirety didn't want this resolution to come, because the resolution came from the party itself, the members of the party itself. Those who were fighting for the resolution in the assembly were the members of National Conference. The speaker didn't allow it to happen. So therefore, I would want to believe that the sense that resolution is not to be allowed or should not be allowed is not the party's sense. It's not the will of the party. It's not the policy of the party. I would want to believe that there are shades of opinions in the party itself, which is sometimes distant to the government, and this government is functioning on certain issues in separation to the will of the party, and that assessment can only happen when we have a party meeting. We didn't have a party meeting till now.
And this could have been a reason for what could have been the reason for not allowing the Waqf bill? Like it could have been like they want not to take any confrontation with the center or not to be seen as opposed.
Well, best people to answer that question would be the Honorable Speaker and the Chief Minister, the Honorable Chief Minister. They would know why that resolution was not allowed.
You appeared with the students outside the residence of Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, but it seems that the protest didn't go well with the top leadership of the party. And how do you see this?
I don't know why they didn't take it well, but that was my responsibility. I would do that again if my duty and my commitment asked me to do that. So I wouldn't think over it.
And when was the last time you spoke to Chief Minister or the party President Farooq Abdullah?
Even before that, the Eid greetings were the only communication that is bound to happen. That's for the Eid purpose. Barring that, I didn't have any conversation with the Chief Minister for a long time now.
Does he pick your call or like?
No, I
did you
didn't
try
call.
to reach him?
No, I didn't call him. So I don't. I can't quote any. incident or instance when I called him and he didn't call. No, I didn't call him.
So what's the reason for this distance?
I think after the reservation issue, the protest issue, the communication, vanished almost. So I could say that they didn't like that. Perhaps they didn't like that, and they didn't want that to happen. But as I said, it doesn't matter for me.
You made it clear that you don't see the statehood is coming.
Mm.
What made you certain? Why are you so certain about it?
Because I'm sure that the BJP does not want Muslims to be empowered, and especially the people of Jammu and Kashmir to be empowered. So they do everything to disempower the people of Jammu and Kashmir and the Muslims in general throughout India. So I don't see statehood coming, and especially after they lost the elections in Kashmir. Had they formed the government in Kashmir, had BJP had their own chief minister or their allies as chief minister, there would have been some chances. But especially after they lost the elections, they will have to cede the power to someone from Jammu and Kashmir, or most likely a Muslim, and that does not fit into their narrative. That does not fit into that does not add up to their theatrics. So they would not want you to be empowered. They would always want you to be disempowered. Therefore, I don't see BJP giving this statehood anytime soon. You have to fight for it. You have to struggle for it. You have to, make them give back statehood is the response for your question. I am not talking about statehood only. The rights that were taken from us, we have to struggle for that, for the return of those rights.
But the government is focused right now on the statehood.
Yeah, if they want the statehood to come back, they need to struggle for that. We have to fight for that.
The LG is the key authority in Jammu and Kashmir Union Territory. Like we saw, 48 officers were transferred without the consent of the chief minister.
Right.
So the chief minister held a meeting, chaired a meeting of all the legislators,
Right.
including the Congress.
Right.
And yet you saw the resolve after
So
the meeting?
the LG is here to undermine the popular government, the representation of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, and it's obvious now. He would go to any extent to undermine the writ of the people's government. So it's obvious. It's us who are losing time. We have been waiting. This government has been waiting for months together that statehood is coming back and this LG system will vanish from the state. It's not happening. You are only waiting for something which is not coming. Therefore, you have to make efforts and you have to fight back. This institution is an imposed institution upon us. You have to treat it like that. The chief minister has to behave like that to fight against this imposed institution. We cannot coexist. They have been trying to coexist for the 3-4 months, but that's a mistake. It's an imposed office. It's an office, an institution which we are fighting against. So we cannot coexist. Any effort that tries to coexist with LG's institution is a mistake and takes you away from the people of Jammu and Kashmir, those who you tend to represent.
So the government manifesto, the National Conference manifesto in the assembly election promised many things, including free electricity, free gas cylinders, the welfare scheme I'm talking about, or the bus ride was, women bus ride was allowed. But yet many promises have not been fulfilled.
I'm sure the government will, in its due course of time, fulfill the commitments given in the manifesto. But the most important thing is that you need to earn that authority. You need to struggle for the return of that authority through which you can implement these things. When you have an institution or an arrangement where you are not empowered enough to fulfill that manifesto, those promises, implement that manifesto, how would you expect yourself to implement those promises? So therefore, you have to struggle for the return of that authority govern this place, this state according to the wishes of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, which reflects in the manifesto. So, it's very important for us to struggle for that authority. Otherwise, not only the manifesto, the entire existence is at stake. The existence of the people of Jammu and Kashmir is at stake.
There are speculations that Asaduddin Owaisi is trying to set up his party in Jammu and Kashmir. And do you see that it can be beneficial for Jammu and Kashmir, his coming to Jammu and Kashmir?
Well, everyone has tried before, and there will be many other people who try to establish themselves or organizations in this place, Jammu and Kashmir. It's a democratic right for everyone, but one needs to evaluate. He should assess whether that's in favor of the people of Jammu and Kashmir or that goes against the political existence of the people of Jammu and Kashmir. They should, assess the pros and cons. He should also assess the pros and cons of many other states, where he fielded his candidates. Did that go good in a larger cause, or that was counterproductive? So, if he has a good assessment which is beneficial to the people of Jammu and Kashmir, nothing like that, everyone is welcome to be a part of democratic process. If it is logically not good for the larger struggle, then he should stay away from such kind of experiment. Candidates where he fielded them in other states, did that performance help BJP, benefit BJP, or did that help the cause of Muslims or other people, secular people? So, he should have that assessment and see the pros and cons. If that is helping BJP, he should try to do some corrections and try not to repeat that in Jammu and Kashmir.
And you saw the situation, the security situation in Jammu is not that conducive. What is your assessment about it? How do you see this militancy returning in Jammu?
It answers the lies of BJP, which says that 370 was cause of militancy, while as the fact is that 370 had nothing to do with militancy. It was an argument against the separation. So, since that 370 was abrogated, now we have militancy or violence in places which is unprecedented, which while having 370 didn't experience any militancy related activities. So, after abrogation of 370, this militancy has spread to the places which were comparatively peaceful. So, it defeats the argument, the lies of BJP, which says that the cause of militancy was 370, which is not the case.
As a Muslim MP, how do you see yourself in the highest democratic form?
Well, it's a platform through which you try to reach out to the nation and try to build the nation. And unfortunately, we are living through the times which are very challenging. These are trying times. This not only this institution which I am serving from, the entire nation's existence is in question because of BJP. So, it's trying and challenging times. I wish this institution was stronger through which I am serving right now, but the regime that BJP and RSS has weakened the institution of democracy in general. Parliament has lost some of its spirit, and the spirit of Parliament has weakened. So, it's a multi-dimensional effort and fight, and in which I am doing my bit and my bit of service.
And you are also trying to emerge as a Muslim leader.
I am not trying to emerge as a Muslim leader. As I said,
Muslim leader.
As I said, these are testing times for everyone, every one of us from Kashmir to Kanyakumari. So, I wouldn't want to speak only for the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Yes, I would take this opportunity to speak for the people in general throughout the nation, and not only about Muslims. Yes, about Muslims, but along with the Muslims, all of them who are oppressed, all those oppressed sections in the society. They can be Dalits, they are also oppressed, other minorities, they are also oppressed. There are people from Hindu population as well, those who are intimidated. You can see many of your friends for your journalists, take a fraternity, those who are Hindus but are intimidated and oppressed. So, I would want to speak for all of them. If that takes me beyond Jammu and Kashmir, I don't mind that.
If given a chance right now, what will be the first thing that you would convey to Chief Minister Omar Abdullah, or for that matter, Party President Farooq Abdullah?
Let's remember what we represented during the elections. Let's represent the same thing, same sentiment and same mandate through the government now.
So they are not representing what they promised.
I said let's do that. They might be trying to, they might be strategizing things, there might be things that I don't know. I said let's do that. That doesn't mean that we are not doing.
So you feel yourself isolated or like abandoned by the party right now?
I don't mind that. So I don't want this question to come upon me. Isolated or not, I don't mind that. It's only a response when someone asks me whether there is a communication. I said no, there is no communication. That doesn't mean that I feel isolated or not. I in fact enjoy this position. If I'm isolated or if I'm in an isolation for a purpose, I don't mind being here in this position. So it doesn't weaken me, it strengthens me. So as long as the people of the state or people those who I try to represent and they and me are on the same page, I'm not isolated.
But opposition has been very. You have a good relationship with opposition based in Kashmir.
Not at all. I don't have any.
But they look after you.
You mean opposition in Jammu and Kashmir? I don't have relation. Opposition in Delhi, yes, I have relationship with them, and rightly so. But in Kashmir, no, I don't have a relationship with the opposition parties in Kashmir. And why would I have? I mean, I have differences with my own party. When I see them distancing from the mandate that we got, or distancing from the sentiment, so I have differences with my party, or if I sense that the party is not going in the direction that we have promised. So if I can have problem with my own party, which is I feel or people feel distancing itself from the mandate, how can you imagine that I will be okay with a party which went with BJP?
So
not only once but twice. So how could I be PDP, PC, many other parties? How could you think that I would be okay with them? I have problem with my party if I at times feel that in terms of optics that we are going into that direction. Not actually.
Okay.
I don't tolerate even the optics, narrative wise. Those parties have went with BJP in Jammu and Kashmir in 2014, 2016, not only once, twice. The other party, the PC, they were sworn brothers of BJP. Their president was minister from BJP's quota and still continued to be their ally till very recently. Now they have changed their narrative for the optics. Those who have brought upon us, the people of Jammu and Kashmir, what we suffer through, how do you expect me to be? I mean, if I expect my party to be committed to the people, how would you expect me to be okay with a party which has broken the commitment with the people of Jammu and Kashmir, not once but twice, backstabbed the people of Jammu and Kashmir? That is a party which in 2014 said the only way to keep BJP away is to vote PDP. Give us the vote and keep BJP away. They got the vote from the people of Jammu and Kashmir. Then what happened? They sold that commitment to the people, to the BJP, not only once but twice for their chair. How do you think I would be okay with them? They are the reason for what we are going through. I have differences with my party because I at times feel that we are going away from the commitments. I do not tolerate even going away from the commitments in terms of optics. How would I be okay with that, which has the parties who have actually betrayed the people of Jammu and Kashmir?
So you mean to say it's whatever opposition, whether it's PDP or the PC, they're doing it for optics?
Of course, till very recently, till this election, they were sworn allies of BJP. PC was sworn ally of BJP. It's not me calling them ABCD or something. I have never called them proxy or ABCD. Because for me, it's they who already themselves committed publicly that we are allies of BJP. He would out of pride call Narendra Modi his elder brother, and he would, I mean, out of with pride he would say that I am an ally of BJP. I was a minister from BJP's quota. I like this party because they gave me my passport back. Same is the case with the other party, who not only once, twice, I mean, allied with BJP for becoming chief ministers, and the result of which is now known to all. So the language, the narrative, okay, it's for them to do what they want to do, but we all know, if I have a problem with my party at times, because I feel in terms of narrative we are going away from the commitment, that automatically means that I am not okay with those parties, those who have sold the commitment of the people of Jammu and Kashmir, sold their conscience to BJP not only once but twice, thrice.
So for 11 separatist political parties have distanced themselves from Hurriyat conference. How do you see this development? Especially Home Minister Amit Shah said that separatism has become history in Jammu and Kashmir.
Well, separatist organizations are doing what they are doing, and that I would not want to comment on them. They should speak for themselves. And had they respected the institution of democracy during those times when they were arrogant, the things would have been different. But it's only about the organizations. Has that sentiment gone? That's a question. These are organizations, I'm not speaking about them. Their reality is known to everyone. But sentiment, has that gone? No, that's a question. As you and me both belong to the society, it's not too easy to say that the sentiment is gone. Yes, it may be silent, it may not be visible, but to say that the sentiment is gone would be over statement or overconfidence.
But this is also a reality that post Article 370 abrogation, we have seen the parameters of violence, whether it's militancy, whether it's number of youth who are joining militancy, or whether it's stone pelting protests, or the shutdowns.
Well, I'm happy for that. I'm happy for that. But the violence was.
Give it to the BJP.
But the violence was not the permanent feature of that sentiment. That sentiment existed throughout 7 decades of Jammu and Kashmir being part of India. So most of that time was not violent. It was only for the last 3 decades it went violent, and it should not have happened. Stone pelting was not a permanent feature of Jammu and Kashmir. It only happened 2008, 2010 and some years after that, 2016. That was not a permanent feature of. We have had times when there was no stone pelting, and there is no one endorsing stone pelting in Jammu and Kashmir. We have all been victims of that violence, that gun, that stone pelting. We have fought against that. But to say that it's gone, that the violence is gone, okay, it's gone, the stone pelting is gone. But has that sentiment gone? No, it's not gone. Address that sentiment. That's why I say, because we have seen the cycle going up and down. We have seen the patches when there was no stone pelting. We have seen the years when there was stone pelting. So therefore, address the sentiment. Give them, the people of Jammu and Kashmir, some sense of achievement. Address that sentiment, and let's have this peace forever. Let this peace be permanent. And as I know, this society knows, this peace is not permanent because the sentiment is not addressed.
And there are a lot of speculations about the Budgam bypoll.
Okay.
And like, how do you see the situation now in terms of if if elections are held tomorrow?
Let the elections be announced, and the people of Budgam will decide for themselves. And I see that the people will choose wisely, as they have done in the last elections before that. They will elect a representative for themselves. I would want to see a representative who will fill the gap. I have left this constituency because of many reasons. One being that now I am representing Srinagar in the parliament, so I would want someone to represent this constituency with equal amount of love and care or more that I had for this constituency, and they will take a good call and wise call as they did in the last many elections.
So you mean to say the party will take a call, not?
No, I am talking about the people of Budgam. in terms of voting. In terms of candidature, you mean? Let the people decide. They want someone to represent them from Budgam. I hope the party listens to them and it's respected. I see that call or that demand a genuine demand, and party should listen to that. They
And
listen
Aam
to that.
Admi Party is also eager to contest from Budgam.
Everyone is eager. Everyone is eager to contest from Budgam. So I welcome.
So what's at stake now?
I welcome everyone. I don't know about the stakes. I welcome everyone to whoever wants to contest from Budgam, but the people of Budgam will decide for themselves.
Thank you for joining us, Mr. Aga